Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster situation, playing as Karaza Karak, going up against Clan Eshin. So, I really want to cover this particular battle because this is something that is 100% avoidable. You should, in your campaigns, never enter this sort of scenario. This should never happen, okay? So, like, under any circumstances, you shouldn't do this. But anyway, so let's go through exactly what's happened. So, he's taken a really good army. It's not perfect, because it doesn't have any heroes in it, but it's still pretty good. And he's gone and besieged Karak Orad. Now, he wouldn't have been able to see what units were standing in there, so he wouldn't have known there was a full stack there, or he may not have even known that they had upgraded garrison. So maybe he just didn't really have the decisiveness to think, oh, I'm not sure if I can win that, I'll just besiege and starve them out. But you got to take into consideration that if you're going to do that, you need to have an actual stronger army than them out in the field, or else they're just going to sally out. And maybe he thought, hey, if they sally out, maybe I could beat them. Well, it turns out he couldn't. He tried this battle multiple times, and he couldn't win it. Now, I'm not saying that I could or could not win this battle here, but I would say this, it is not worth fighting this battle, because even if we did win, we will get obliterated in the battle. They'll be able to use warp bombs on us, they've got... It's just a lot of force to come at, and even if we could win, we'll get so obliterated it wouldn't be worth fighting. It would literally be the definition of a Pyrrhic victory. So, there is another solution. He can't move this garrison along with it, so I'm just going to withdraw. And we're going to make the attack on the next turn. Because you would have had to have made the attack on the settlement the next turn anyway. And look, Clan Eshin didn't even pursue. Here's another thing. Just because a battle shows up doesn't mean you have to fight it. It is okay to withdraw from fights. Especially if, even if winning, it doesn't gain you an advantage. You need to think about it from this perspective. Every time you're going to fight a battle, you need to be thinking a little bit ahead of why are you fighting this battle? It's so important. If you don't think about these sort of things, you're not going to be as effective in the campaign as you could be, especially if you're playing on upper difficulties, right? Even if we won that battle, we wouldn't take the city, and they have the advantage on the battlefield, right? No. This campaign looks like it's going just fine, so, yeah. 104 turns, that's actually really good for 104 turns, I think. So, another thing to consider is that in a siege situation, you have the advantage, especially if you have mass amounts of artillery. So we're going to go over here, and this time, instead of being the defender out in the field, we're going to attack. Now, going up against Skaven cities, as the Dwarfs, is one of the most painful things we can do. It's not going to be particularly... Oh. It's the easiest settlement to take. Oh my god. You could have taken it last turn with ease. With ease. Not with ease, okay. You still gotta know how to siege. Which, it seems like you know how to do it. Okay, so this settlement type here is the dumbest design in the game. It is because of the massive amounts of blind spots here that you can just shoot over, you know, if you had mortars or catapults or anything. Which you don't have, but we can still make use of it. We're probably going to have to destroy those towers. Another thing is that in this map here, because the towers are so far back, there's actually a blind spot right here. So they can't actually reach us. So, my god, look at the bounce of power as well. The only thing we really have to worry about is actually the menace belows. So that is what we need to be doing first up. So, like, I need to destroy those towers. We can't really get in range without... Because they might put people on there. Especially considering how large the garrison is. You've got 45 seconds until the first menace below will drop. Alright. Gotta be very careful not to get too much friendly fire. And we also have to keep in mind that the menace below could blow up. If we can just get through the menace below... Actually, I should have checked to see how much Skaven corruption was in the area, because that'll give us an indication of how many menace belows to deal with. So I'm going to assume 6, but really, once they do it, every 45 seconds, they like stop doing it. After 45 seconds, you know that they're out, because they'll always do it at the beginning of the battle. They don't save them up and wait for a good opportunity. So... what we need to do here is try to put the artillery in with our, well, the organ gun specifically in with the, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take them, it won't let me take them off, right now. But you're going to take them off the artillery piece and stand them within the iron breakers, so that, because they will prioritize our organ guns, and our organ guns will get wrecked if we're not careful. This guy here needs to stand out front, because those rattling missiles are really bad against single entities, but they destroy everything else. Alright. Alright.
Show us the target! Move! Kill Urks!
So we just got to get through the menace belows first. So basically, this one here is a bit of a advice on how to do sieges as a dwarf, especially against Skaven. A lot of their settlement types will be like this as well. So check the settlement type before you decide to besiege, because if you see this one here, this is by far, without exception, like a 0 out of 10 in terms of difficulty for attacking. It's like so easy if you know what you're doing. Yeah, so they're gonna do that and try to get the unit out of there. But we also have to try to make sure that this unit doesn't get, like, down to half health. So breaking them's ideal, but we don't exactly have any units with fear. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, that's what we gotta be worried about. Honestly, the damage isn't that bad, but that wasn't good. It just didn't break before we got to it. There's another one. At least the organ gunners are fine. They're the ones that we need the most. Shit. Fucking gotta break them. Don't do damage to them. God damn it. They're not doing any damage to us in melee. Just let them go. Whichever direction they're going in, let them go. Here, you come off this. I mean, they couldn't do it again, because there's like a 120-second cooldown. Yeah, that's definitely not good. We really need to try to avoid that happening again. It's difficult with dwarfs because they're so bloody slow, and their mass is so high. Like, the Skaven don't actually... Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Probably shouldn't... I was hoping to shoot them and break them that way, but it just wasn't enough. Just gotta be careful. Dogpiling them can work. They might have access to it again. But yeah, I gotta be mindful about how much health it's got. Okay, pull it off, pull it off, pull it off, pull it off. Go, 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 go. Everyone get out. Let him go, let him go. Alright, another one should be coming down any second now. So this should be the primary focus of the siege. Just try to break him. Here, you get over here. Just keep an eye on that health. Okay, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. They're getting very close to warp bombing. Ideally, you want them to warp bomb and, like, just waste it. Just let them go. Let them go. No, don't go near it. Sometimes they'll warp bomb them and just waste it completely. Alright, now was that the last one? Yep, that was the last one because they would have used it by now. You can, generally speaking, cast another Menace Below before the other one disintegrates. So that's it. Done. So we did get hit by one, but in all honesty, the damage isn't too bad. Okay, let's get back on the artillery now, and we don't have anything further to worry about from the towers, because that's the only one you need to worry about. And we got 5 organ gunners. Now, there's so many problems with like the design of this city. I don't know who designed this one, but it's such a fucking dumb design. It's like because like there's just this like kill zone right here. And then there's so many units that they put in here. If we had magic, vortex spells absolutely eradicate them, but obviously we don't have that. But they will just keep putting more and more units up on the walls.
Cannon! Get moving!
Now another thing that we really do need to do is make sure that breaches are made so that our gunner units can do their job as well.
Aye, as you command. Will do.
Right.
Aye.
We only lost 1 organ gunner. And if we were going to lose anybody in that situation there, iron breakers were probably the ones that we needed the least.
War of vengeance.
There's also a timer on this. That's okay, we'll get the battle done by then.
Stock. Organ gunner.
Now we just gotta get reorganized.
Bring death on him.
Taking the artillery crew off the artillery does lower our bounce of power, but putting them back on, it's all good. Because, yeah, they would have targeted the artillery, and that would have been the worst thing. Just because dwarves are so slow and stocky, those menace blows can really end up wrecking your artillery. You just gotta be very careful. And the thing is, they would have done that on a field battle as well, except they would have also been advancing their army, and you can't really turn them off take them off the artillery piece while they need to be shooting. So that's why it's important to be on the attack while their army's passive.
Aye. Organ gunner. Moving out.
Now the great thing here is that as they're hitting this, they're also doing damage to the gatehouse, creating, you know, a breach. Oh, it would have been so good if we had a grudge thrower. Like standing here, we could blow that up. I might even blow up this tower here and just see about possibly arcing our shots. Just because we've got a lot of enemies to kill in a short period of time. And then I can already sort of hear in the background, in the back of my head, "But legend, not everybody cheeses sieges like you do." Then fucking lose, okay? Okay.
War of vengeance.
It's not my fucking problem to save your campaigns every single time, okay? Especially if your situation is wholly preventable and you've just got, you know, a stick up your ass about, you know, sieging properly. And look, the proper way to do any siege is whatever gets you the best results. If you've got a way of sieging that's better than this, by all means do that. Tell me about it, because then I'll start doing it. If you think there's a better way of doing these sieges.
Cannon. Moving out.
By all means. And I don't mean quicker. You know, sometimes people send me messages like, "Oh, you could have won that battle in 10 minutes or something." I'm just like, yeah, but I would have gotten like twice as many casualties.
For the High King.
You gotta keep your army alive. Unless you're playing vampire counts. You don't need to keep your army alive if you're playing vampire counts.
For the Karazhan Corps.
Assuming you're going skelly spam, which you should be. Definitely want to be getting rid of these heroes. Because that warp lightning can really do a number on us.
Select target. The next kill is ours.
Now the great thing is that like all the rattling guns and stuff, they can't fight for shit unless we get actually inside the walls there.
Organ gunner. Cannot.
Might speed that up a bit. Also, sieges are a dull affair. They, you know, this is just getting inside of a fortified position against 2 full armies. You know, it's a hard nut to crack.
Bring death on him.
You know, they've got like no... well, actually, they do have some artillery. Okay, and since they do, let's get you over there and try to waste that ammo, so we can just like sort of multitask a little bit, not just be doing one thing at a time, because we are on the clock here.
Understood, Lord.
Come on, you slow shit, get over there. Because all we gotta be focusing on is whatever's going to reduce this bounce power. Once it gets to about here, without us taking any damage, game over. We don't have to kill them all. And you have to consider as well that ammo is considered up here in the balance of power. Especially if they're able to shoot a target that isn't worth shooting, you know, for them, that is getting us closer to victory. But it's cheese! Yeah. I have less and less sympathy for people that are lactose intolerant. You know, unless you're actually lactose intolerant. Also, big thanks to everyone who actually subbed in the previous video, because like we gained like 1,000 subscribers, which was really good. It's like that's like really, really good. I'm glad you guys want me to do a This Is Total War campaign. I'd kind of like, should I plug it this video, get people to sub? But then I'm like, I'm only 10k subs away. I actually don't want to do a This Is Total War campaign, so. I don't know. In case you didn't watch the previous video, I'll let you know. If we hit 250k subs by the end of the month, so end of March, I'll do a This Is Total War campaign live stream.
On the way. Organ gunner. Cannon. We'll guard it.
But if we hit, you know, 249, 999, no deal.
Wait, your man. Blood.
There we go. We don't even really need to try to dodge them, because Plague Claw catapults cannot possibly do their worth shooting at a tiny target like that.
Let the vengeance begin. Stock. Organ gunner. Stuck.
Alright, and now we just gotta try and get this balance of power up. Because the thing is as well, as we use up our ammo, we will lose balance of power too. But we just have to make sure that the damage that we're doing is worth it. Like, I'm sure these guys are getting hella kills.
They have wronged us. This won't misfire. For mountain and hall.
That's going really well there. I'd like to use these artillery as well, obviously, but right now there's no good spots to use them. But I think in the long run, they're going to have to do this. Like, even putting them in guard mode, sometimes they'll move forward.
Defiant and unbound. The rune's claw.
Alright, I want you to destroy this section here as well.
For the ancestors.
Now, Quarrelers would have been actually better for this battle, because we would have been able to shoot over here. But I do agree that you should recruit Thunderers over you should recruit Thunderers over Quarrelers, just because they are better on the field of battle, especially against armored units. And they're, of course, the most dangerous. I know Quarrelers are easy to use. They're definitely easy to use, but, you know, sometimes you gotta make an army that's a little bit more difficult to use, just to get that extra bit of strength.
The next kill is ours. It is a reckoning. I at your command.
This is definitely the worst design for a defensive settlement. And the thing is, when you're defending a settlement like this, the AI completely ignores all the weaknesses. So you can actually get away defending it. They're always like, well, there's no towers over here. There's lots of towers over there. Let's march across the field and attack that gate there. Excuse me. Let's let these cannons use up their ammo first, because these guys here need to get closer. They're getting hella kills. Alright, cool. Okay, we can't get too close to this wall here because of the slingers up there. Let's start moving him up. Hopefully we don't get any friendly fire from him. But he looks like he's got a really good thing going. Shot through the wall, but will that actually work? Let me just try this. Oh my god, is this actually gonna work? No way. Oh, oh lovely. Are you sure I shouldn't be on the other side of this wall? Oh my god, it's so good! I'm gonna put another guy back over there. Ah, shit. Which one are they aiming for? Oh yeah, they're definitely aiming for the cannons. Get them out of there. So yeah, we're just within range of the warp lightning cannons there. Our range is 440. What's their range? 430. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, if you can shoot me, I can shoot you. Probably. So how many kills do they get? Yeah, that's pretty good. Hang on. Let's instead aim at the ground and just try to get rid of their artillery pieces rather than the crew. Alright, good. So he managed to waste all of that ammo there. So he's essentially already done his worth in this battle.
Get moving. Stop. Ready to serve.
Oh my god, so good.
Yes, yes. Cannon.
Well, now we know where Snitch is. If you're wondering how to aim at the ground, you just hold down Alt. Alright, good. Done. Yeah, I want to keep shooting it that way. I need to tighten up a little bit. You still getting kills? 87? That's not too bad. Alright, so the bouncer power has become just about even at the moment. We've still got gunners. And we've still got a little less than 2/3 of our time remaining. I'm sure some of the shots are actually getting blocked by the presence of the wall there. It's just not very many of them. Hit that, I might actually hit the storm vermin as well.
The rooms below. This won't wish fire.
Learning how to use artillery as the dwarves is like one of the most important things that you can do. Because the backbone of your army should always be artillery. They're going to do the most damage. Everything else there is just to support the artillery. This is a good number of them as well. You don't need any more than this. Generally speaking. Alright, so they're both out of ammo. They can move back. Do you know what the funny thing is? If we end up running out of time, we can just withdraw from the battle. Like, it'll be a draw. We withdraw from the siege and then attack it again. We'll have to deal with the menace belows again, but we'll get all of our ammo. Obviously, we've done way more damage to them than they have to us. That's if... It shouldn't come to that.
Let the vengeance begin. Will do.
Yeah, that seems to be doing well. Try to aim for storm vermin, aim for their best units. So what are these? Gotta run as slingers. How much ammo do they have? 23. I don't know if I want to waste their ammo. Probably wouldn't bother. I'm gonna put you. Who's getting more kills, you or it's both the same? What are these? Plague monks, cool. Get those high value kills. Let's speed this up a bit while that goes on. Actually, you know what? I'll bring you over here and I'll see about aiming at these guys up on the wall there. Just don't want to get too close to their slingers or else they'll shoot at us. The storm vermins will be probably more of a threat than the plague monks, so we'll aim for them. Bouncer power's creeping towards the center. That's good. It's probably going to be the hardest to use the Thunderers effectively in this battle. Alright. Let me see how effective we are. Are we actually getting shot here? It says they're firing at will, but they don't seem to be actually. Yeah, like there's not many crenellations here, so we should be able to shoot up without too many obstructions. I know that's not a great target, but it's the easiest to hit. Not having a master engineer in this army is really hurting you. That extra range and ammunition would have been so useful. You know, in exchange for, say, you know, one of the Thunderers. Alright. That guy there got 545 kills, essentially glitching through the wall, so let's keep him doing that. He got more kills than this dude. Is that still working? Yeah, so this area here, that one's, there's like graphics there, but there's like a gap in the actual hit detection. Alright, slows down again. Alright, so I can't shoot at them without them shooting at me. Yeah, we've only got 5 extra range. It's not enough. If you had a master engineer, could have outranged it. Good, he's already racking up good kills. Alright, now the balance of power is even. If we wanted to, we could probably just charge right in and possibly win. But that would still take massive casualties. While we've still got ammo, we should use it. Alright, these guys here, let's start moving them up. The ones that are damaged, keep them in reserve. Alright. 380 kills, good. Alright. There's not too many missile units over here, so let's see if we can get a unit of Thunderers in here and shoot into this. Now that there's fewer troops inside this area, it's going to be harder to get kills, you know, this way. But, you know, you can still do it. Alright, I may actually need to try to waste the ammo of those gutter runners. Oh, something. Probably can't remember. Appreciate it, whoever did that. Still got my alert box running even while I'm not live streaming. Alright, I'm just gonna put him on fire. We'll just shoot at whatever you can. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. Suppose it's possible we could put a gunner unit. Oh, are they shooting through the sewers? That's some Lord of the Rings shit right there. Yeah, they're doing next to no damage to him. Alright, we got him coming. Ah. Okay, and then there was just 2 left. Like I said, AI is so bad at defending settlements, okay? If you've got the opportunity to attack, don't waste it. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get a good shot from there. Alright, that's actually working pretty well. Usually I don't like having guns firing up on the wall, but like I said, there's no crenellations there. The angle's good. We can do that. Yeah, that's working pretty well. That, however, that's not great. I don't know if we're trading well for bounce power, because if we waste too much ammo, it'll actually hurt us. So let's instead use the artillery. They'll be much better at hitting that particular unit. I don't think we're really wasting their ammo very much here. Maybe I'll pull him back. Balance of power squarely in our favor now. Now we just need to get the win while minimizing casualties. If we can win this without having to send in our troops, that would be ideal. Basically, in this game, melee should be your last resort, especially playing as the Dwarves. It should be the last resort for you, not the first resort. And you could have done this last turn as well. And hopefully this has taught you a few techniques on how to basically take out the settlement type. Because you, when dealing with Skaven, you'll be coming across this settlement layout all the time. Like, it's really common. Whenever I see it, I'm just like, haha, good shit, I'm easy gonna win. Because it's such an easy settlement to defend. Sorry, to attack. See, most of the balance of power is going to be lying over here now. I was hoping we could, like, just route them so we just don't have to deal with them. Because those rattling guns are probably, like, the biggest thing that dwarves just don't really... They're not good at dealing with them. Especially if you don't have artillery ammo left, which we're not going to. Alright, that's actually doing just fine. So, if you do have a timer on for 60 minutes with the sieges, a good way to sort of break it down is think of it like this way. 20 minutes dedicated to the artillery, 20 minutes dedicated to the thunderers, and 15 minutes dedicated to the iron breakers, and you should have 5 minutes left before the battle's won. Or lost. But remember, you can cheese the battle a lot more with the timer than without it. Because if we get a draw now, and then we could come back here and probably just auto-resolve it. Because they've been obliterated. Because the thing to consider is that all the balance of power loss that we've taken, which we have, we've certainly lost balance of power, has been due to ammunition loss. All the balance of power loss that they've lost is dead troops, which they won't get back in the next battle. Alright, stop firing. Oh, god damn it. Guard mode doesn't stop them from marching forward. Alright. We need to start advancing. I'm going to try to deliver the final blow. And this is the hard part. You know, the hard part to not take damage. Which, you know, I want to make sure that your armies are, you know, in good shape. I don't want you to have to re-recruit half your troops or wait here for 20 turns to replenish. Because what happens if you get attacked again next turn? You know, and your army's in shit shape. So many disaster battles people send in to me, and their army's in terrible shape. Oh, I won the previous battle, but now my army's wrecked. Yeah, well, maybe if you didn't fight the previous battle like shit, you'd be fine. Gotta think ahead a little bit. And that's the thing. The enemy, generally speaking, especially in Legendary difficulty, they've always got more armies. I just can't seem to hit that one. Alright, well, okay, you know what we could do? We could use him to come in, get their attention, and then use the bombs. No, they're aiming at bad targets, don't do that. Try that, see how it goes. Because, yeah, we just can't seem to shoot that at the moment. A few kills, nothing major. Alright, get in there. Still got 20 minutes. Thing is, these guys kind of need to be in formation before they'll do it. Okay, now they're going to do it. Good. Good, that was 3 for 3. No more warp bombs.
Yes. What?
Thing is, he's not going to last in combat there forever.
Thunderous! Ranged firepower ready! This won't miss fire.
Alright, this is all looking good. No, come on, dipshit.
Move now!
Should have put him on guard mode.
Guard it! Go! Pump those dwarven legs! Thunderous!
Alright, all of our artillery is spent now.
Gunner! Shoot, lads! Get on!
Yeah. Deathglow bombardiers, big problem for dwarfs.
Rims of power! For the cannons and cores! Should we
Right.
run and flee?
I think we should stop shooting there. Not really getting good kills.
Run, flee! For the ancestors!
Says they've only got 2 shots, but not all of them are shooting them off.
Iron breakers!
And the guys at the front.
Armed and ready! Stand by!
Alright, now we make a push in. There's no defenses here. Time to go in.
Go! Pump those dwarven legs!
Shit. Rattling guns. Okay, I need the guns to come in. Because they'll do well against rat ogres, and they can outshoot the rattling guns, you know, 5 on 1.
Plow through! March!
Deathglow bombardiers. At least they don't do much damage to him, so try to... I can't waste all of their ammo with it, but I can
Iron breakers!
do something.
In short order! Kasuk! At once!
Now comes the part where we're probably going to take the most damage in this battle.
Master of Runecraft!
No. Go through this way here.
Let the vengeance begin! Down!
Just get into melee with them. You don't want them shooting. Their missile units do way more damage than ours. Get through this area here.
Breakers! Good lord! Bring the arms down! Ready to serve!
Just gotta start shooting at these rattling guns now. And he needs to be pulled back. He's taking too much damage.
Thunderers!
No, don't go through that way, you dumbass.
Moving out! Iron breakers! Vallejo bless our aim!
See, we thinned them out enough that we can actually fit our troops in. If we had made this kind of maneuver at the start, they never would have let us in.
Pump those dwarven legs!
There is a proper procedure in how to siege. You thin them out first, thin out the defenders, so the defenses are obviously weak, then you make the attack. Otherwise, it's totally pointless. You don't attack a hardened position. Everybody bloody knows that. Apparently. Well, actually, no, they don't.
Move! Move now! Killers! Vengeance! Fire at will! Thunderous! Pump those
No, over here obviously is what I wanted you to shoot. Iron Breakers are some of the best melee infantry in the game, I reckon. Just purely because they've got an actual missile attack they can use as well. And also, they have one of the highest melee defenses. Which is really useful for melee infantry, especially if their role is to protect your artillery. Yeah, this is where the Thunderers really show their worth when they do this kind of stuff. This is working out very nicely for us. Don't want to use that on them. Hit our own unit. Do you know what's gonna be funny? The one warp bomb that was shot at us probably did more than half the damage to us in this battle. Okay, this guy's out of ammo. Don't have a good angle on him.
Let the vengeance begin! Iron breakers! They have wronged us! Iron breakers! For the ancestor gods! It is a reckoning! Hold those Dwarfs' ranks! Charge!
Right. Cycle this guy out. He's done more than his worth, I reckon.
Charge! Move!
Hopefully once we've killed this unit here, it'll actually cause the army losses penalty.
The ancestors! Reach far! Reach fast! Yes! Charge! Plow through! Anan! For the Karazhan-Kor! Thunderous! They have wronged us!
God damn, they're just not breaking.
Thunderers!
10 minutes should be plenty. We're almost there. We only need to defeat a couple. There we go, we got it. There we go. Sniggich defeated, his whole army gone, garrison taken out, barely any damage. That is how you do it. You had everything you needed there to have assaulted in the first place. It didn't even need to go as well as it did for me. Because it went really well. Apart from that first warp bomb, that obviously didn't go well. It would have been great if we could have dodged that one. But apart from that, like, barely any damage. Like, you'll recover from this in 1 or 2 turns, hopefully. Yeah, you're gonna want to loot. Probably revolt anyway. But anyway, that's the end of that. Hopefully that gave you guys some information on how to deal with those sort of situations. When dealing with Skaven, do never just besiege a settlement. If you're going to besiege it, attack. Always attack. Because they will probably have more armies to come and dogpile you. And if they ambush you, it's usually pretty bad. Unless you're playing as lizardmen. So just be careful in those situations. And understand that assaulting a settlement especially that type, can actually be really easy if you bring the right tools that you need to deal with it. Anyway, that's done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see a This Is Total War campaign at the end of the month. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.